comes cooking for yourself, especially being autistic, and it's all about independence, having to cook my own meal. So like I'm only gonna show you for Aspie Chef, which is spicy chili con carne, since I use these master food recipe bases. It's all got all the recipe, the ingredients that I need, just to sort of like understand how this is really cooked. And matter of fact, I've got it all here, and let's come a bit closer then, shall we? All I need is the actual recipe base, since all herbs and spices are already in there. And what I've been asked to get is a can of beans, a can of diced tomatoes, and just an onion, and also got the meat. So like, since this is Australia, I'll be eating kangaroo meat. And also as a staple, got some brown rice, according to the instructions on how to cook this. And now, get ready for a time-lapse shot on how it's going to be done. I may be a little bit fast here. What I've got here is a scale. All I want is 500 grams out of the 1 kilogram of minced meat that I have here. And I'm going to save the other half for a different meal, maybe for spaghetti bolognese perhaps. And this is my other half of the meat that I want to have for another meal for another night. What I usually do is, I go in the freezer, I put that away. Since I won't be cooking tomorrow night, more like reheating. And what I have here is a beef teriyaki. I cooked that back on the 27th of May 2022. And I'm going to leave it out to defrost while I cook the other meal, and I'll show you afterwards. I'll stop it right here. What I've done is, I'm actually draining all the juice from the beans, and I'm going to continue the time-lapse shot. Well dudes, I actually finally finished cooking, and I hope you enjoyed the time lapse of how I actually made the chili con carne. So all I'm going to do for rice now is, it's all been completely cooked, and just time to drain it in this red colander or that strainer or drainer, whatever you want to call it. Since I've actually absolutely finished cooking now, it's going to be time to really dish it up. All I want to do now is, like, I've actually cooked the brown rice. This is just my staple for the chili con carne. The purpose of this, yep, cool, yep. Just need a bit of grain. If I like to, I've got a bit of taco seasoning. I can always just grab this and grab 1 teaspoon and put that away. I'll give that a bit of a mix. Just to flavour up the rice. And the last thing I need is, I'll be needing to use this. Don't need that anymore. And do not need the teaspoon anymore. And just gonna dish it all up. This is all about 1 pot cooking there. And something else I like to do is, I'm actually going to have this another night. I have these containers this is going to go straight in the freezer once this all cools off. That way, if I've got a lot of work to do on one of my videos, at least I can just reheat in the wok like what I'm going to do for teriyaki beef tomorrow night. If I can't fit it all in that container, I'll just eat up the rest. Well, since we're going through a bit of a food crisis, or maybe the global food shortage, that's why food does get thrown out, particularly the year 2022. I'm probably going to be the last person in human civilization to actually eat good food like that then. And since this is all put away in the container, I'm just going to put a lid on it and leave that to cool. The last thing I do is I make sure I know what a meal is, so I can know it's chili con carne once this goes in the freezer. And today's the 19th of July 2022. So I'll just write down kangaroo so I definitely know what meats that I used. And we'll now be ready to eat. Oh, now we actually finished cooking. Now it's just time to eat. Absolutely awesome. I haven't had kangaroo meat in a while. The reason why I go for kangaroo meat instead of beef is very low fat meat as well. Not the most popular meat in the country since it's very gamey. I just love it anyway. Tastes like a Mexican restaurant too. Well, I'm going to finish my meal and see you tomorrow night. And I filmed this on the 19th of July 2022 from Aspie Attitude, a washing Aspie chef. And now, since that chili con carne that I was cooking has absolutely cooled down, I think it's time to put it away in the freezer and eat it another day. And tomorrow night, I'm having that beef teriyaki that I've actually taken out of the freezer in the start of this cooking from Aspie Chef, Aspie with Attitude. And now, this is the next evening after last night when I had that chili con carne, as I showed you what I've cooked, and it's frozen away in this freezer. And now this is the 20th of July 2022 when I'm finally going to be cooking another meal. However it is, this time round I will not be cooking it from scratch. As it happens, you have seen me last night starting to defrost it, and in the fridge it goes. And here it is, my beef teriyaki. It's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. All I just simply need to do is take off the lid. Yeah, got a right meal. And what I had to put in beef teriyaki, that was back on the 27th of May 2022. Brussels sprouts, carrots and capsicum, and also a bit of beef stir-fry strips, full marinated with Japanese teriyaki sauce. And for the staple, the udon noodles, and that should take me less than 10 minutes to reheat all that. And now it's time to get started. And the reason why I'm going to be reheating all this in that pan is because I do not use microwaves anymore. Once it comes to reheating foods in microwaves these days, it just actually interferes with the taste, and you don't allow the steam to evaporate. And if it's reheating in a microwave, it actually humidifies the meal, which actually really destroys the taste. Got nothing to do with radiation. Microwave isn't dangerous as what gamma rays are. It's just these days, like, I'm done with using microwaves, and I prefer to cook everything on the stove. Now for 8 minutes it's up, and I've got to turn this one off. And here we go. Like, that actually completes the whole meal. That's how quicker it actually took. Took me less than 10 minutes to actually do all this. And now I think it's time to serve it all. This is all it's going to take is got the udon noodles to put on there. Yep, awesome cooked. And just gonna sort of just give it a bit of a shake. It only took 3 minutes to cook all this. And just going by what it actually says on the packet there. So like, that's what I have been cooking then. And also time to really dish all this up then. So due to a possible global food crisis, nothing goes to waste in this place. Oh yes, awesome, like, just definitely love pan frying my Brussels sprouts. And Brussels sprouts goes best with stir fry or meals like that. Anyway, oh, this is actually looking so cool. It was last night that I had kangaroo meat, or so known as game meat, with the chili con carne. And this time, this is actually beef now. At least I'm actually eating a farm animal, not a wild native Australian animal like last night in my chili con carne. And there I have it. It only took me less than 10 minutes to actually prepare it. Otherwise, that would have taken me about 45 minutes. A reason why I actually been freezing up most of my meals and just reheating it like this is, it just saves me a lot more time, gives me a lot more time to be able to work on my YouTube videos. And also, plus, I only eat a Brussels sprout here. Tastes exactly the same as it was when I cooked it on the 27th of May 2022. So I nearly had that meal for almost 2 months in the freezer. It still tastes the same. Even the meat. You'll see a lot of steam evaporating through my meal in a time-lapse shot. That way it just allows the steam to escape. If it was in a microwave, it gets trapped into the microwave. This is the whole idea of why I like to reheat that meal. So I just want to really enjoy the meal and then finish off this video from Aspie Attitude, Aspie Chef number 12. This comes to the end of Aspie Chef number 12, and before I sign out, this is the third meal I'll be showing off, which happens to be a chicken tikka masala, which is an Indian curry that I've cooked back on the 30th of June 2022, and it was only last night, shortly after I had the beef teriyaki on the 20th of July 2022, when I started defrosting it. And then in the meanwhile, after I've finished defrosting the meal overnight on the 21st of July 2022, I took it straight out of the fridge. And there's me just quickly preparing the basmati rice, which is what I use in Indian cooking. And I've put a saucepan on boil, even add the olive oil and the salt, just to sort of season it a bit. And I eventually added the rice to be cooked for the next 13.5 minutes. Whilst waiting for the rice to finish cooking, I did reheat what I've defrosted last night, which is that tikka masala that you're seeing in the rock pan right now. Since I had less than 5 minutes to go, I've toasted 2 of my naan bread, and then in no time, I had it all prepared. And there I have it. So like, yeah, just being busy just trying to get this prepared. Well, since this is the 21st of July 2022, it just tastes the same as it was on the 30th of June 2022, and that's why I don't use microwaves anymore now. And the purpose of this video is to show you what independent living is all about, especially being on the autism spectrum. And that's why I want to make this video. So I want to finish off quickly before my meal gets cold. And if you really like what I'm doing, I can't see why not subscribe to my SBF Attitude. That's all I ask for in terms of support. And also, you can keep up to date by ringing this notification bell. That way, you'll never miss a video. And also, please like and share this video content around. And that's all I ask for in terms of support. And also, please check the full playlist of all the Aspie Chef videos that I've done. Pretty much all previous ones. Since it's all evolving. So like I'm just going to end the video right there. Since that my meal's getting cold. And I'd like to say peace and respect. And see you next time from Aspie with Attitude.